Well, good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon's broadcast of daryllorette Cafe. I gotta try to find the light here so I'm illuminated naturally by the sun in the back of me. Well, actually it's probably somewhere over top of the building by now, no longer shining in my window as it was earlier this morning. Anyway, I'm sweating here because I just finished cleaning my apartment. That and it's about 24 degrees Celsius. It's 1 minute to 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. here in Ontario. And what I just finished doing, I finished a bunch of dusting. I had to clean my vacuum cleaner out, and then I had to do some vacuuming. That's the bulk of the cleaning I do once a week, just on a Sunday. Took me a bit of motivation to get going. I didn't get going until about an hour ago. Of course, I had to do my dishes before then. After I had done my dishes, that gave me enough motivation to say, hey, I feel like doing some cleaning. And so I did some cleaning. I always feel better after I clean my apartment. Usually the next day I even feel better because I've gotten rid of a lot of dust and whatnot, so I can breathe a lot easier, which is always a good thing if you like breathing. And I like breathing. Anyway, Doctor Who is on right now. I didn't watch it last night because I was too tired and went to bed early. The one with the new Doctor Who, what's his name, Matt Smith? The youngest Doctor Who ever. So, that's on now, and then Star Trek The Voyage Home is on again. It was on yesterday afternoon. It's on again this afternoon, followed by a couple of more episodes of Doctor Who. I might, I again missed Doctor Who because I was doing some cleaning, and not really in the mood to watch any TV right now because it's kind of hot. And I've got other more important things to do. I tell you, man, when you get all sweaty, it sure makes you itchy. I'm going to have to take a shower pretty soon. Anyway, what was I saying? So I'm probably going to watch some TV a little later on after I finish with my internet activities, and then I'm going to relax for the rest of the day and take it easy. Tomorrow is Monday, and it's back to work if you got a job. Fortunately, I'm not a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday kind of guy, so tomorrow's just another school day for me. Anyway, it's weird, the lighting. I don't know, I'm getting a reflection. Okay, I got good lighting here. But I think I'm caught in the reflection of something in the room here. That's what's, I got the tower right here on one side of me. I got a clothes rack on the other side of me. I think something's casting a shadow and robbing the light from a certain point of view, depending on where I lean. So I'm leaning back and forth like this, like a boxer, trying to avoid getting my block knocked off, trying to stay in the light or trying to find the greatest light. So I'm actually, instead of staring into the little tiny camera, which is like, hey, I don't see anybody in there. Anybody home? So, you know, it's a little tiny speck. I don't know if you have one of these cameras that go with your computer. What are they called now? Webcams? Yeah, that's what. A webcam. Sharpest attack. So, if you got one of those webcams, it's you know, it's a little tiny. It's about the size of a toonie, if you know what a toonie is here in Canada. And mine is a little square with rounded edges, and then the inside part is about the size of a quarter, and then it's got the camera lens is actually about the size of a nail point, so it's pretty small little camera. So it's kind of hard to focus just on the camera and talk into such a small little tiny object. So instead of doing that, which I may get used to sooner or later when I get the hang of this bloody thing, until then I wind up just more or less staring at my 23-inch monitor here, and also I'm staring at the video and watching the light and whatnot, and making sure I stay in the light and don't wind up in a shadow, so that you can get a nice look at my beautiful face. Anyway, enough said. I'm starting to get I'm starting to get I was going to say vanity, which is more or less the same thing as saying vain. I once last year, I think it was at the end of March, I had it was my second. I had a couple of gum operations, and after the second one, I was sleeping one afternoon, taking a nap, if you want to call it that. I was taking a nap, or I was sleeping in the afternoon because I was tired, and I woke up with blood pouring out of my mouth. And it turned out that after 12 days, this was like 12 days after a second operation on my gums to do a gum graft. They did 2 gum grafts on my gums because my gums are receding, because when I was younger I didn't have the benefit of seeing a dentist on a regular basis. So my gums and my teeth are not as good as they could be if I had been seeing a dentist prior to a decade ago, when I was say in my teens, or when I was a kid, or when I was in my 20s or 30s. So, you know, paying the price now. So anyway, I wound up going to the hospital with blood pouring out of my mouth. But before after I called the ambulance, I managed to grab a scarf. I grabbed my scarf, and I had my jacket on, and I had it open because the zipper was busted, and I really couldn't take the time to try to zip it up, because I didn't have a zipper thing on it. Something you had to kind of grab with your thumb and your finger and pull it up like that. So all I did was, because I didn't want to catch a cold or anything while I was bleeding to death, I put a scarf around my neck. And I never thought of it at the time, but I was just thinking about, keeping, because it was still winter time. It was the end of March. It was still kind of cold out. I was just pretty much thinking about staying warm. I never thought that I was being vain in any way, but I guess it's depending on how you look at it. But I wound up losing my scarf in the ambulance. I don't know if they stole it on me, or whether or not they just forgot to give it back to me. So anyway, that's a story I thought I'd share with you. Pretty bloody and pretty gory. You sort of had to be there. I left out a few parts just because I don't really have much more time here. We're just past 9 minutes, and I guess this is going to be the last broadcast for the day, given that it's after what is it, 1:07 p.m. So this is daryllorette. I'm going to call it a day here at the cafe. Wishing you a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, take care.